pure harassment, to haul me before a grand jury for hours asking me about my tweets. Pure harassment. So forgive me for still being a little upset about it. I'm wondering why no one has been prosecuted or arrested for those abuses. And of course, I was just a witness. Judicial Watch didn't have anything to do with any unlawful activity. Not that there was any unlawful activity. And of course, you know, Epstein is just one issue out there, and we recognize with respect to government corruption, it's something the public is interested in. But the public also wants accountability for, and I think this is the reason President Trump was elected in large measure, because they want accountability for the lawfare against President Trump and countless other Trump supporters and conservatives and Republican Party officials who were targeted by the deep state, by the left, by the Biden gang, etc., in retaliation for disputing the 2020 election, exercising their First Amendment rights, and as part of a program to ensure Trump was not going to be reelected in 2024. Election interference 101. And we've been second to none in demanding accountability for it. We've complained about the abuses of Biden, and in retaliation, we were targeted. They sent the FBI to my house to serve a subpoena on me. They gave a subpoena to Judicial Watch as well for pure harassment. Pure harassment, to haul me before a grand jury for hours asking me about my tweets. Pure harassment. So forgive me for still being a little upset about it. I'm wondering why no one has been prosecuted or arrested for those abuses. And of course, I was just a witness. Judicial Watch didn't have anything to do with any unlawful activity. Not that there was any unlawful activity. Trump didn't do anything unlawful either. But they wanted to put him in jail for life. And nothing's been done about it yet. Yeah, I know we're told things are going on behind the scenes. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And even if they are, we want to do our own investigation because we don't trust the FBI or Justice Department. We don't trust them. Institutionally, they're incapable of investigating themselves. So we filed yet another lawsuit for records about Jack Smith's lawfare on Trump. All communications we asked for back in November of last year. For records with the communications with the New York left-wing operations targeting Trump, Fani Willis in Fulton County, the Biden gang, the Biden White House, and any other federal law enforcement or government office. And, you know, like people like Alvin Bragg, you know, who was targeting Trump, Letitia James, etc. And incredibly, we haven't gotten any records from the Trump Justice Department. Pam Bondi, call your office. Get these records out to Judicial Watch. Why are we having to file federal FOIA lawsuits to get your agency to comply with a lawful request, as federal law requires, about abuse of President Trump by the Biden gang, by Jack Smith? Why are you hiding Jack Smith records? The American people deserve transparency about the lawfare committed by Smith, Biden, etc. I mean, we sued Fani Willis for communications with the Justice Department. We sued Arizona's Attorney General, the Democrat out there, who's engaged in lawfare, for her communications, part of the conspiracy. We're trying to figure out the conspiracy. We kind of know what the outlines are, but we want the details pursuant to transparency law. And it's one thing for the Democrat Attorney General of Arizona to play games. It's one thing for Fani Willis to lie to us about documents. Remember, in our case of Fani Willis, she said she had no documents. That was a lie. They hadn't even looked for the documents. She had to pay us money as a result of those lies. The case was shut down as a result of those lies in part, I think. But we can't get this Justice Department to give us the documents? Unacceptable. Unacceptable. So hopefully Pam Bondi is watching this. Madam Attorney General, give us the records. Give us the records about Jack Smith's abuse of Trump. We had to sue. We're in court now. So you've got a legal reason to give us the records. It would have been nice if we had gotten the records without having to sue and you just followed the plain law, or your people did. So this is life at Judicial Watch. You know, we end up having to sue, you know, agencies run by people who really ought to be transparent and know the power of transparency. I mean, the Justice Department has been transparent on a few, or you know, one or two issues with respect to Judicial Watch, but it's been exceedingly painful. And more or less, they really haven't changed their approach to transparency. It's no different than the Biden administration or the Obama administration. You got to have the commitment at the top to getting this transparency followed, especially on issues that relate to whether our republic survives or fails, which I think that lawfare is one of those issues. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.